Today we are reading The Day Abuelo Got Lost by Diane Deanda, illustrations by Lacona Harris. After the video, stay tuned for reading questions and activity ideas for no-prep homeschool learning or classroom discussion and writing activities. Visit laurenmartinbooks.com for more free learning resources and access to my principal and play-based no-prep preschool curriculum and K-12 curriculum resources. Please like, share, and subscribe to Lauren Martin Books for more read-along stories. To give this book to a loved one, friend, family member, or classmate, click the link below the video to buy this book. Now let's read The Day Abuelo Got Lost. Abuelo has lived with me, Mama, and Papi all my life. The four of us have always been La Familia. After school, before my parents got home from work, was Abuelo's and my special time together. We built model planes, cars, and boats on the work table in the garage. "This piece goes here, Luis," Abuelo said. Then he smiled as he watched me glue it in place. Sometimes Abuelo spread paper across the work table and we painted together. I painted houses and trees, and Abuelo put in all the people. "Here's your mama with her long hair and your papa with his hat. Here I am with my mustache. And there you are, Luis, with your big smile," he said. Sometimes he drew our big brown dog, Sancho. Afterward, Abuelo made quesadillas for us to snack on. He laughed when I nibbled on the cheese that oozed out all over my fingers. Then he told me stories about his adventures with his dog, Cafe, when he was a little boy in Mexico. After a while, Abuelo couldn't remember how the pieces fit together, so we stopped building models, but we still painted side by side. Then Mama said we couldn't use the stove anymore because Abuelo kept forgetting to turn it off, so we made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches together instead. "Tell me a story about you and Cafe," I begged. Abuelo started telling us stories, but would get confused and stop in the middle. He'd wrinkle his forehead and think really hard, and then look around and pat Sancho on the top of his head and say, "Good boy, Cafe." We still painted on the workbench together, but he called me Chico instead of Luis. I wanted to say, "Abuelo, don't you remember my name is Luis?" but I didn't. One day when I came home, Abuelo was not there. I looked in the garage and I called for him all through the house, but he did not answer. Mama talked to the neighbors, then stayed home and waited for him. Papi and I got in the car and drove up and down streets looking for him. We found Abuelo standing on a corner a few blocks away, looking all around. He looked upset and called Papi Señor instead of Hijo. Everything changed the day Abuelo got lost. Now he stays in a different house during the day with other abuelos and abuelas and people who take care of him so he won't get lost again. But at the end of the day, Papi brings him home. Abuelo is tired and falls asleep for a while in his chair. When he gets home, Mama covers him with a quilt. Sometimes when he wakes up, he looks upset and isn't sure where he is, but Mama talks to him in a soft voice until he feels better. Then I take his hand and say, "Let's paint, Abuelo." He looks down at me and smiles, and we walk together to the workbench. I hand him his paintbrush. He nods and says, "Gracias, Chico." Mama says, "Luis, Abuelo will have more and more trouble remembering things and recognizing people, maybe even you, but he will always be able to feel our love." So I pick up my paintbrush and sit next to him. He smiles and we paint together, Abuelo and me, his Chico. What was your favorite part of this book? What was hard about reading this book? Do you have experiences in your own life that you can relate to when reading this book? Make a text to self or text to world connection, showing what this book reminds you of in your own life or maybe the life of someone else you know. What happens in the book from the beginning to the middle to the end? What are the different settings in the story? When and where does it happen? Who is in the story? Name the characters and describe them. Also describe how they interact with one another and what we can learn from them in the ways that they interact with one another. What is the main conflict or problem? How and why do the characters respond to the problem in order to resolve it? What do the characters learn in the story, and what can you learn from them? What is the lesson or theme? What can you learn from this story, and how can you apply it to your own life? Write or draw what you can learn from this book, or draw about your own family members or loved ones who you love having in your life, whether that relationship has stayed the same or changed over time. You can also draw or write a card for the people you love to show them that you love them and care for them. You can draw a picture of you together, draw or write about what you love doing together, what you love about them, or a list of why you are thankful for or grateful for them. Please like, share, and subscribe to Lauren Martin Books for more read-along stories. Visit laurenmartinbooks.com for more books and free learning resources and access to all of my no prep curriculum. Thank you for reading with me.